Sorry, I just went to record a video and then realised I had a TGBCH t-shirt on and that's just not happening. Right, so this is, if you want to call it a response video, you call it what you want. It's me giving my side of the story, whatever you want to call it. So we'll start off with the fact that the company is insolvent. Everybody was aware of that. It wasn't an issue. Ian led us to believe that was just a minor issue. Nothing really to worry about, there we go, leave it at that, not a problem. So then we go on to this morning. Now, I'm laying in bed, start getting messages coming through to my phone from about 6:30 this morning telling me that the website's down or people can't access the website. Is there an issue that they need to know about? Obviously, this was all news to me. So the first thing I do is go on, try and have a look at it. And again, I can't get on. I thought, okay, let's try the Shopify link. Can't get on there either. So first thing I do is message Ian, website down, what's going on? This is at 9 o'clock. 11 o'clock, gone 11 o'clock. Ian decides to answer us up in the CJ chat to tell us that a bill for $511 has not been paid. You wouldn't think that's much of an issue. Just go off and pay the bill. Website's back up and running. Everybody's happy. You would think so. He then goes on to tell me that they simply haven't got the money. Regardless of what he's just sat there and told everybody in the live chat, I've actually had to come off it now because I can't be doing with it anymore. He then comes on and tells me that he hasn't been paid for 2 weeks and the staff weren't paid this previous week, as in yesterday. I know he's now on there on a live chat telling everybody the staff were paid, etc., etc. I can only tell you what I was told in the chat this morning. So he then says to me that he's had a brainwave. He knows how we can solve the issue. He wants me to go on to do a live stream and sell 3 different mystery parcel options. I do apologise, I have them written down somewhere. I think it's here actually. No, it's not. It was £1,000 mystery parcel of coins for 175 quid. Was it £1,000 mystery parcel that could contain anything? We'll get onto that one in a minute. Or a £1,000 print parcel for £125. Now he wants that money paid directly into his own personal bank account, which he would then transfer and pay off the bill, and the website would be up and running. I don't know. I guess I wasn't really prepared for the backlash when I went online. People were absolutely livid. And you've only got to go back on there and watch the video and read the comments in there, and you'll see exactly people's opinions. I will just say on that note, that's really quite upset me tonight. There were people on there absolutely fuming this morning. My phone was going loopy, getting messages from people, quite rightly, absolutely doing their nut over it. These same people are now in the chat with Ian. Oh, don't worry, Ian, we still support you. We've still got your back, Ian. I can't believe how two-faced some people have been. So I put the comments up in the live chat on the ticker bar about these 3 mystery parcels, and I was perfectly honest, as I've always been every time I've streamed for Ian, and I simply told people, in my opinion, I wouldn't buy one of those parcels, and that was several reasons for it. And I did, regardless of Ian sitting there and absolutely lying through his teeth. I did sit there And I did say to Ian, you're expecting people to part with £175, 4 days before Christmas, for something they're not going to get for the best part of 3 weeks. And Ian even sat there and told me he couldn't guarantee delivery in 3 weeks. So no, I wasn't happy to go on there and push that. When I was asked about that, I gave my opinion on that, and I told people I thought that that was a bad idea. Then we move on to a different subject altogether. People have been complaining for absolute months that the stock on the website is just not being updated. No, it's not being updated because it's got to be the longest stock take in history. For a guy that just streams from his bloody kitchen table and his business is just based around his kitchen table, it's the longest stock take in history. It's been going on as long as I've been streaming with Ian, So I'm absolutely flabbergasted. That's the excuse he gives people every single time. Well, then somebody started sending me stuff last night with links to Amazon. Now, on Amazon UK, there is hundreds upon hundreds of posts on there from TGBCH. It's all of the photographs from the website. There are photographs of Ian's writing on the website. So before any of this was live, I put this to Ian in the CJ chat, and he categorically denied point blank that that is anything to do with him. Well, bear in mind that he openly admits that he's got agents all over eBay. Half a dozen agents that work for him. Is it really that hard to believe that's an agent on Amazon that's doing exactly the same for him? Because I don't know what to believe with the bloke anymore. And I've really only got myself to blame. There's a lot of people that sort of threw warnings at me. I'm not going to name them. In the beginning, I totally ignored that, and I trusted Ian and I believed in Ian. There's a lot of rubbish that he's spouting about on there now. Not once has he come up and given a genuine reason why the bill for the website, even now, what are we now? I was made aware it was down about 6 o'clock this morning, so some 13 hours later, he still hasn't given one valid reason why that bill has not been paid, other than to say, oh, I've been on camera all day. Stop talking out your backside. Stop lying. You haven't been on camera all day. You were on camera until about 12:30 this morning, lunchtime. And then you came back on of your own free will at about 6 o'clock this evening. Nobody asked you to come on. You came back on camera because you and you alone love it. You think you're a minor celebrity on YouTube. You think you have this massive following and you love it. This is going to be quite a touchy subject now. And I'm not going to name any names. The one thing that I have constantly asked Ian today, and I've asked him point blank, just stop for a second, Ian. Just stop. What was it, 2-3 weeks ago you announced you were insolvent? Okay? Every single one of the CJs, without fail, backed you. Every one of us. And we put in some hard, bloody work. I streamed 14 hours solid to help you get money or funds to pay for your father's funeral. So don't for a second come all this crap to me that we've destroyed this community. No, we have bent over backwards and been shafted in the backside by you on numerous occasions. And this is just one too far as I am concerned. You could have picked up the phone at any point and spoken to me. You and you alone have decided not to do that. You've decided you want to go on a live stream and try and slate me and my name. It won't happen, Ian. I won't fucking allow you to do it. Simple as that. Sorry. So the insolvency, that happened a couple of weeks ago, and we backed him. We backed him to the hill. And that was an absolute joke. And I'm going to be perfectly honest, and I'm going to tell you that straight to the point now. And you know this, whether you've got the balls to sit there and admit it, or whether you're just going to turn around and say, oh, it's all right, Ian, it's okay. No, it's not fucking okay. There were many, many people that bought into mystery parcels that weekend. Little did they know those mystery parcels were going to be 95% prints. I've already given away about 20 prints, and I've still probably got 100 of the things here. Why? We're a coin collecting community. We're not bloody prints. Nobody's interested in the prints. These are prints that, it makes me laugh. These are prints that you advertise at 40, 50, even some of them 100 quid a time on the site. Do me a favour. You were giving these away like candy in September, and people were spending hard-earned money to get mystery parcels that didn't contain one coin. Now, please don't embarrass yourself, Ian, and deny any of this, because I've still got all the messages, and I will happily go public with those messages if need be. So don't embarrass yourself. So then, moving on, we've done the whole insolvency. We've got the money to pay for your father's funeral. I mean, come on, and you're telling me that we have ruined this community. This community pulled together like nobody's seen before, Ian, for you. And that wasn't you that pulled that bloody community together. That was me and all of the other CJs that you've got slaving out working for you. Now, I'll ask you a question. Go and have a look at the hours that have been worked this past week. Go and have a look at the streams. There was a time a month ago where I was having to tell people, no, sorry, you can't stream today. We've already got a full diary. Full diary? We're lucky if we can get one stream a day now, Ian. Why do you think that is? Because people do not trust you anymore. That's not us that have destroyed that community. That is you. And let's clear one thing up. It was never your community in the first place, Ian. You might have started this channel, but my God, it was every single one of the CJs that have sat there and streamed and streamed and streamed for you that built this community. And I'm damned if I will allow you to go and destroy it like you think you can. You think you can come on there and badmouth people. It will not happen. So then you move on to the phone call this morning. Well, I stand by it. I'm sorry. Regardless of what he wants to sit there and say, right? The company's insolvent because basically it can't pay an investor the money that the investor is due back. Therefore, you've got a bill, you can't pay it, you're insolvent. So really, really simple. What's happened? Sorry, I'm getting messages about his live stream at the moment. I forgot where I was now. Oh, sorry. So you're an insolvent company. Well, put simply, there is absolutely bugger all in the bank account. Now, I'm fully aware that Ian went off to see his father's funeral this week, and I'm really, really sorry that he had to go through that. I'm fully aware that John has been in hospital this week, and again, I'm incredibly sorry that he's had to go through that. But to be sitting there and telling me that this was an error, it was just a mistake that happened. A bill didn't get paid. Don't even for a second think you're kidding me or kidding any of your customers. This is a bill that comes out on a regular monthly basis. They don't cut you off the second that you haven't paid that bill. They will send you a warning. They will probably send you a second, maybe even a third and final warning before they cut you off. So don't for a second sit there and try to tell me that this was just an oversight. What about all the email warnings that you would have received? They may have even tried to telephone you. Were they all oversights as well? Come on, let's not mess about here. So then after all of that, then you've got to sit there and you've got the bollocks to sit there and tell me the only reason you're upset today, and oh, let's all cry, Ian's upset, let's all rush round. The only reason you're upset is because I didn't go on a stream this morning and push 3 of your parcels that would have got you out of the shit. That's basically all you've said. That's the only reason you're upset. You thought I was on your side. You thought I had your back. And you feel betrayed that I've gone and done that to you. Whoa. Have you stopped for a second and asked yourself how us as CJs feel, how I personally feel? You know, let's be fucking honest for a minute now, right? What was it, a week to 10 days ago? I took some time off. Ian, why did I take time off? Let's be serious and let's talk about this then. Why did I take time off? I took time off because I was going through a really shit time in my personal life. And I went to see my GP and my GP wanted to hospitalise me over it. And it was just I don't know, a lot of blagging with my doctor that got my doctor out of hospitalising me. Then I come back and I have all this shit piled on me. You know, last night, let's not piss about. 8, 9 o'clock last night, you're still messaging me about pushing raffles and all these new raffles you're going to create and all these wonderful raffles you're going to put up on the site. You know, let's not piss about, Ian. Let's be totally blunt and totally honest. You know, and at any point, you could have picked up the telephone today and you could have said to me, Warren, let's talk this out like blokes and let's fucking sort this out. No, you have chosen to go onto a live stream and destroy me as a character. And you're talking out your ass. So this is basically me cutting all ties with Ian and the Great British Coin Hunt. I've also asked him to remove any video of me from his YouTube account. He's flatly refused to do that. So there's nothing I can do about that. But I am sitting here at this moment in time and I am telling you, I in no manner, shape or form endorse the Great British Coin Hunt. I do not, trying to think of how to word it. I do not agree with any of their, any of their morals, or I don't believe they've got any, if I'm perfectly honest. As it stands at this moment, I've probably got £300 to £400 worth of outstanding orders with the Great British Coin Hunt. Do I think I'll get them? Not a cat in the house chance. Ian's always been one that's incredibly blunt and to the point, and he will, you know, he tells you if people piss him off, he just tells them, fuck you, you won't get your order. So yeah, I've got £300 or £400 worth of orders with him. I've probably got another £200 worth in voucher points available to spend on the site. Do I think I'll get them? Not a cat and house chance. I don't know where, you know, I can't endorse A man that wants to behave in the manner that he's behaved in today, and the lies and the just everything that he said today, I just cannot endorse it, and I will not endorse it. I've asked him not. Apparently, he was going to ring me tonight. What, after you've slated me for 2 hours on YouTube? Do me a favour. I've asked him not to ring me, whether he's going to grow a pair of bollocks and not have his little missus sitting in the background telling him what to say. If he's going to grow a pair of bollocks and speak to me like a man tomorrow, then we might get an update video. But as it stands, right here, right now, right this second, I do not endorse the Great British Coin Hunt in any shape or form. In fact, I go completely the opposite to it. And I implore anybody not to go on there, not buying stuff from there. The way I see things right at this moment in time, you've just been conned all the way along. And that is the part that really, really hurts me, because I feel responsible for that. I feel that I've conned people. I understand that, customers may well sit there and say, you must have known, Warren, you must have known what was going on. I can sit here now, hand on my heart, and say I had absolutely no idea what was going on. Not to this extent, anyway. So, but I do feel responsible. My sleep pattern is shot to pieces anyway. But the amount of sleep I've lost over the past week or two, regardless of what was going on in my personal life and how I was struggling with shit on a daily basis, that's irrelevant. I'm talking purely about this and what he's done. I feel, right up until 10 o'clock last night, I was streaming and I was pushing raffles with people right up till 10 o'clock last night. And now now it's all gone tits up, and I just can't be asked with it. I really, really can't. It's left me feeling really responsible. And as much as people can say, you're not responsible, Warren, well, I am, because I was asking people to part with their hard-earned money. So whatever way you want to sugarcoat it, I am responsible as much as anybody. All I can say with regards to that is I genuinely am sorry. I had no idea what was being done, and I genuinely am sorry. No doubt this video will have upset some people. Even now, he's got his loyal followers that will back him, and there's probably somebody on the phone telling him that they'll give him 500 quid and bail him out now. So no doubt this video will have upset some people, and that's fine. I'm not here to win any friends or enemies or whatever. So simple. If you don't like it, don't subscribe. Click the button, unsubscribe from the channel, and leave it at that. I'm not really not fussed. If anybody wants to put any comments in the comment section, by all means do. I will actually answer the questions that you ask. And I will give you a genuine answer. And if you want, I'll even ring you up if I can talk to you and give you a genuine answer. So yeah, I'm sorry that I've had to do this, but I'm not going to sit here and let him slate me and pile all this shit onto me when I really do not need this. So again, thanks for watching and good night.